Hey there, today we're going to be looking at skill 4, which is solving equations from our pre-skills bootcamp. And in this video, we're going to really kind of focus on our basic equations, meaning there's not going to be any distribution involved. There's not going to be any combining like terms. It's really just what do solving two-step equations look like? And then in our next video, we'll get into the more advanced solving. So let's go ahead and kind of just review our skills really quickly, or not our skills, sorry. Let's review our steps for solving really quickly. So our steps look like distributing to eliminate parentheses. Again, I said we're not going to worry about that right now. We're not going to worry about this combining like terms right now. We're really just going to look at step 3 and 4, which is add or subtract to combine the constants on the same side. So remember, constants are those terms that do not have variables attached to them. Okay? And then step 4 is to multiply or divide to isolate the variable. These are the same two steps that you do every single time. And so if we can just get in that habit of looking to move the constant and then multiplying or dividing, we're going to be set up to do our more advanced equations as we go forward. So let's look at this first one. In this example, my constant is this positive 3. It does not have the variable next to it, so that's why I'm going to move it first to the other side. So let's look at our two sides of the equation. We split down the equal sign, and we are going to subtract. So we're doing the inverse operation. I have a positive 3, so to move it, I need to subtract 3 from both sides. And when I do that, this goes away. Because a positive 3 take away 3 really gives me 0. I could write 0 down below, but there would be no reason for it. So I'm just going to bring down what is left over, which is the 4b. And then I'm going to simplify the right side of the equation. Negative 9 minus 3 is a negative 12. So we've done step 3 here. We've added or subtracted to combine those constants. And now we're going to multiply or divide to isolate the variable. So again, it's an inverse operation. That's how you know if you're multiplying or dividing. So because I see multiplication, this 4 times b, I could put a little dot there if I wanted to show that multiplication. I'm going to undo my multiplication by dividing. And I always divide by the number that's in front of my variable. So I'm going to divide both sides by 4. Now 4 divided by 4 is 1. I could write 1b here, but again, we don't show that 1 in front of our variable very often. Sometimes it's referred to as the invisible coefficient. So I'm just going to cross them out, and I'm left with b. b is by itself. It's isolated. And then on the right side, I have negative 12 divided by 4, which is negative 3. So it looks like the answer to our equation is b equals negative 3. Now I'm going to go back and add to my notes really quickly that if I wanted to check my answer, step 5 would be check answer using substitution. And I'll show you exactly what that looks like here in just a second. So add this to your notes. Again, remember that substitution is a skill that we practice in our boot camp as well. So what that looks like is I'm going to go to this check section, and wherever I see b, I'm going to replace it with this negative 3. So 4 times negative 3 plus 3. And we want to check, is that equal to negative 9? So using order of operations, 4 times negative 3 is negative 12 plus 3. And if I'm adding two numbers that have different signs, I'm going to subtract them and keep the sign of the number with the larger absolute value. So 12 minus 3 is 9. And since 12 has the larger absolute value, my answer is negative. And we've just proven that we have the correct answer. So negative 3 is the answer to the equation for 4 times b plus 3 equals negative 3. All right, let's look at another one. This time my variable is on the right side, but that's okay. We're still going to follow the same steps. So if I'm trying to think about this first one, to add or subtract to combine the constants, I got to identify the constant. So my constant is the number without the variable. That's this guy. So if I have a negative 12, to move it to the other side, I have to do the opposite or the inverse. So I'm going to add 12 to both sides. So plus 12 plus 12. My constants cancel each other out. I add on the left side to get 30. And on the right side, I need to bring down what's left over, which is the negative 5h. Don't drop that negative. Okay, step 4, multiply or divide to isolate the variable. Well, I have a negative 5 times h, so I'm going to divide to undo multiplication. My negative 5's cancel out, and I'm left with h on the right side. And on the left side, I have a positive divided by a negative. Again, when the signs are not the same, my answer is negative. And 30 divided by 5 is 6. So here we think we have the answer as h is equal to negative 6. Let's go ahead and test that using our substitution. So I'm going to come over here. 18, is that equal to negative 5 times negative 6 minus 12? So let's simplify on the right side. Multiplying first, a negative times a negative is positive, and 5 times 6 is 30, minus 12, and 30 minus 12 is 18. So because both sides are equal, we know that we found the correct answer. So really try and use this check using substitution to make sure that you're on the right track. And then if you're finding that you're not getting the correct answer, go back, look at your examples, and ask a teacher. Let's go down below so we know how we're working on our practice today. The directions say, solve each equation below. Show your thinking using inverse operations, which are the steps we were showing above. When all 6 equations have been solved, add up your 6 answers below in the sum it up box. You will know you have solved the equations correctly if the sum of all 6 solutions is 0. So you're going to go ahead and solve all 6 of these. When you're done, you're going to write your answers down here in these blanks below. All 6 of these should add up to 0. So give it a try, look at your examples, and if you have questions, make sure you're asking, and good luck.